Hey, hi, how are all of you beautiful people doing on this fine day today? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I bet none of you douchebags thought I would be talking about Glen radars. If you did, you're fucking lying out of your ass. Glen radars is not talked about enough in an anime verse battle, power scaling, community, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to show how fucking powerful this underrated gem is, and how you can literally one-tap Yogi. Literally! Yogi ain't shit. Fuck that pussy. His fanbase are filled with mentally deficient power scalers who always use Hitchin's razor because they have no genuine argument. All they have are stupid wanked out of context scans.
But Yogi can kill ultraversal gods with instant death!
Shut the fuck up! If you guys enjoy the content you see, like the video, subscribe, and of course turn on the bell so you never miss a video from yours truly. Glen radars is someone I have wanted to talk about for the longest time. I'm still waiting on that season 2 of Akashic Records, but of fucking course we get some dumb shit like,
as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world.
Who asked for this shit? Alright, let's start this shit off with Glen radars, breaking down each of his feats as they progressively get more broken. Like some previous videos, I'll divide the abilities he has into different parts and categories, like where he is in the light novel. Plus, I bet some of you guys actually want to know more about Glen and why he actually is broken, and why he can literally perhaps solo 90% of all anime. I really do. I mean, Glen's pretty fucking underrated. Let's start off with Glen when he's at the Magic Academy. Glen can destroy souls. And the best thing about this is that he has reactive evolution. Basically, this means that the same type of attack won't work twice on the magicians. He's a magician, if you guys didn't know. But let me repeat that real quickly.
The same type of attack will not work on a magician 2 times in a row.
Instant death won't work twice on Glen, you fucking douchebags! You know what, after thinking about it, I'm not even gonna bore you with his feats that you genuinely do not give a fuck about. Like how he can shoot lightning from his fucking palm. Like, you guys don't care about that. So we are going to skip the basic feats and get to the more interesting feats that you guys actually do care about. Now, Glen nullifies and seals all magic in a set radius centered around him. Glen's notable unique ability is called the Fool's World. Glen nullifies and seals all magic in a set radius centered around him. While the person is in this radius of the Fool's World, he can break through all physical and magical barriers, destroying the very essence of existence. And he can even destroy souls. Oh, also, by the way, Glen has access to plot manipulation. Pharaoh possesses the ability to manipulate the plot of the story to his advantage, but Glen is able to change that script. Trust me, Yogi's plot manipulation is nothing like Glen's. I can assure you that, and I will talk about that later on. Glen has reality warping, subjective reality, law manipulation, creation, and higher dimensional existence with a type 3 conceptual manipulation. Let me explain. The pursuit of magic involves exploring the reality of the world. It governs the world's structures and enables humanity to ascend to a higher plane of existence. Magic encompasses the study of mathematics and all natural sciences. It has the power to manipulate the rules and laws of the world, with a fundamental law of the world being that everything exists in poles such as light and darkness, yin and yang, creation and destruction, heaven and hell, etc. You get the fucking point! Magic reformulates and manipulates the consciousness of magicians within a realm devoid of the concepts of time and direction, and possibly all concepts. Magic itself originates from the primordial soul, which predates everything in existence, governing and having created all the concepts that make up the world. Just like this bitch-ass whore Yogi, Glen has different forms later on in the novel. Glen gets a huge power after he makes a contract with the Angel of Time. With this access to this higher power, he has access to soul manipulation on a higher level, and he can BFR people. He can also completely erase his opponents from the world, leaving nothing behind. He also has gained absolute authority over time itself and can govern and be free from the shackles of time. He possesses full control over time, even in higher dimensions. He can stop time, make the effects of his spells last an infinite amount of time, and control distance to reach in 0 time. He can also send his attacks into the past. Additionally, he can force his opponents to experience aging until they rot. Damn! That shit sounds like control over space-time manipulation and causality. Woo! Woo-wee! Also, did you fucking douchebags know that Glen has a sword? No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. The Universal Destruction Sword possesses the ability to obliterate all laws of nature, rules, and regulations. Its power extends to nullifying magic, supernatural abilities, and mysteries, dismantling and annihilating anything it encounters. It is said that not even Glen's fool's world would affect that sword. Meaning, this sword could one-tap Yogiri! So listen here, you fucking Yogiri dick riders. You really think Yogiri is strong? You really think just because he can kill anything by saying the word DIE? You really think that Yogiri is all-powerful because he surpassed UEG?
Are you stupid?
Oh wait, do you think Yogiri is powerful because he can control the plot of a story like I mentioned before? Hold on, before we get into this most powerful version of Glen, let's recap Yogiri's plot manipulation so I can put you fucking uneducated peons in your place. I always saw that every future and possibility guides Yogiri into victory, so much that it was implied that his very existence is tied to one single future where he automatically wins. Yogiri resisted Yuki, sorry, I'm having a hard time pronouncing this dumbass fucker's name, Yukimasa's power, and not only that, but overwhelmed him to the point that the text written in the novel turned against Yukimasa himself and told of his demise instead. This is not true plot manipulation. He himself did not change the plot of the story by himself. This isn't something like where Altair literally transcended the fictional world that she was in and came to the world of the gods that where her author was, and it even said that she's not bound by the plot of a story or something. I don't know, it's on the fucking screen. Nah, that shit that you guys went with Yogiri, out of fucking context, don't mean shit. Or wait, because Yogiri's true form exists beyond the concept of dimensions to the point where no amount of dimensional stacking would ever be able to reach it, that actually means something?
No.
Yeah, okay, so he represents the end of all existence, non-existence, and phenomena standing beyond the ultimate ensemble, effortlessly destroying any race UAG. That shit don't mean nothing. Yogiri is low outerversal. Everything in this story is wanked to all fucking hell. And let's be honest, Glen is above anything in the instant death universe. You guys just don't want to admit it. But I will explain even more why Glen is way more powerful in his final form. Glen in his most powerful form is where he becomes a Godslayer. A real true Godslayer. Glen has type 5 acausality just like Yogiri. After ascending to heaven, Glen exists outside and he's unbounded by the laws, rules, mysteries of heaven, including the law of causality and the fossils heaven, which affects all causality targeting his adversities. Glen transcends these constructs, rendering himself unchangeable by any framework in the verse attempting to affect him. Even Jatisi's laws, which already transcended the worldly laws, including duality, have no effect on Glen, who made himself unchangeable. Glen existing outside of all these world's laws, with the fundamental law of the world being that everything exists in poles such as light and darkness, yin and yang, etc. You'll get that. Means that he is absolutely fucking broken. He can travel between dimensions. He can control plasma and warp dimensions on a higher fucking scale. He can directly write the concept of death into essence of his opponent's existence and then compress his enemies into a zero dimension. Glen ignores distance by manipulating space. By doing so, he can overlay multiple quantum parallel worlds onto a current reality. In each of these parallel worlds, Glen exists with slight variations, such as the position of his hands. By synchronizing these variations across parallel worlds, Glen effectively creates the illusion of having multiple hands in this reality. When he swings his sword, each synchronized hand strikes simultaneously in each parallel world, converging into one devastating blow in the current reality. Glen has killed many outer space evil gods or whatever who are not bound by causality of the dimensional tree. He can also restart and exist even after burning away his existence from time and history. This just essentially means that Glen has high godly regeneration. Glen, after using his own existence power, he can kill pure darkness in the truest sense, and who can come back even after riding the concept of death to the essence of its existence. This proves Glen can kill Yogiri, so eat shit! Glen has greater time-space manipulations and existence erasure as he summoned Rumia's silver key and nameless golden key, and became the absolute ruler of space-time. By doing that, he can completely deny one's existence from the world, reducing them into absolute nothingness. That's Yogiri, by the way, being reduced to absolutely nothing. He can use Riel's Dawn of Bonds, which cuts through all fates concepts that exist within the world. Glen's true origin is an ancient god, and God's nature is said to have transcended the very concept of dimensions. Glen definitely outscales Yogiri, and he definitely out-hacks his, because let's be real, if both of them have like the high highest regeneration and the highest regeneration negation, the one who will ultimately win is the one with the better hexes, and that is definitely
Glen.
first gate, second gate, third gate, or even the end Yogi are all victim to the Godslayer Glen. Glen can actually change the plot of a story. He can negate Yoguri's immortality. Even if Yoguri told Glen he would die with instant death, he would just come back. They both have the highest form of regeneration. It's the same shit with Altair. Altair is just built different, but she is just better than Yoguri, and she solos instant death. Yoguri is strong, sure, we can all agree on that. Sure, why not? I'll even say that. But he isn't as strong as you fuckers make him out to be. Godslayer Glen outscales his fucking douche canoe, and he can use the abilities he has in his Godslayer to beat the shit out of him. And he can beat the shit out of Yoguri throughout all the fucking time. Glen absolutely outscales in every possible way. Glen is like, what, high out of reversal? Fuck it, out of reversal doesn't matter because Yoguri is
Low out to reversal.
Piss off, you fucking uneducated curs. Yoguri is fucking shit. Stay mad. Fuck you. Glen is an underrated gem who actually solos instant death, and you motherfuckers have to cope with that. See you later, bitches.